I'm the Executive Director of the Dory Schlossberg Road Safety Foundation. Thank you all for coming here to support the Survive the Drive GEICO Road Safety Bicycle Tour of 2013. The Dory Schlossberg Foundation, in coordination with the Florida State University Police Department, the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, Florida Department of Transportation, and our amazing sponsor, GEICO, have devoted our time and effort into this labor of love to educate and bring awareness to the dangers on the roads in order to reduce traffic fatalities and injuries. We thank this wonderful crew and bike team who through this ride have demonstrated the highest level of commitment that we should all admire and aspire to emulate. Someone who should also be admired for all of his hard work and accomplishments in the area of road safety is a true champion for the cause. Please welcome the founder of the Dory Schlossberg Foundation, State Representative Irv Schlossberg.
Thanks, everybody, and the most important thing, thanking the riders. I mean, that's a yeoman's job. Riding a bicycle in the name of safety. There's nothing involved in it. There's no cash payments. There's just getting out the word. Riding a bicycle with a lot of these crazy drivers throughout for 500 miles, Tara? 500 miles and getting here without an incident and like just helping out to spread the traffic safety and the road safety message. Jim Russell, where's Jim? Jim, the captain of the team, and the team, like, what a job, really, what a job. Thanks a lot, and thanks for spreading this so important message on behalf of the state of Florida. And of course, it wouldn't, without the GEICO Philanthropic Foundation behind a venture like this. Thanks, Bob. Thanks to the team, really. The Florida Department of Transportation, where are they? Great supporters of road safety. The Department of Highway Safety, there they are. Florida Highway Patrol, there they are. The City of Tallahassee, right here. There, to the City of Tallahassee, they're behind me. Florida State Police Department, phenomenal job. All the fire and rescue teams, and again, Florida Highway Patrol, you guys deserve it twice. My great director, the executive director of the Dory Foundation, Tara Kirshner. Great job, Tara. The Palm Beach County State Attorney and his young protege, Representative Kerner. Here's Ehrenberg, our state attorney. And where's young protege representative? Here's Kerner. Here we are. And I don't want to speak too long. All I want to say is, you know, this is all in honor of my daughter, Dory, who died in a traffic crash. And I got my job in Tallahassee because of the fact that Dory's not here. It's all in honor of Dory. And I just want to thank everybody. In case I forgot anybody here, you know I love you guys. And so thanks for your hard work. I really appreciate it.
Without further ado, I would like to introduce the Vice President of Claims from the GEICO Insurance Company, Robert Morrow.
Thank you, Tara. So my job this afternoon is a simple one, and it is to say, don't push the podium down the stairs. No, it's to say thank you to so many people who did a wonderful job this week. First of all, thank you to everyone here that is supporting the GEICO Road Safety Bike Tour. We are so privileged to sponsor this unique event that occurs every year and covers nearly the entire state. I'd also like to congratulate and thank our amazing group of riders on your extraordinary efforts and the support teams that followed you and took such good care of you. At the end of the day, you are the true heroes in raising the issue of highway safety. Through your efforts, we will reduce injuries and deaths on our Florida highways. I'd also like to thank Irv and the Dory Schlossberg Foundation. Irv, your life is an example to all of us. Without your great foundation, this event would not have occurred. We continue to support organizations like yours that continue to educate and frankly motivate us all to be safer drivers. And Tara, where are you, Tara? Tara, I want to say a special thank you to you. You know, I've attended this event several times, and I realize now the millions of things that go on behind the scenes. It all looks very good, but you have been very busy and you are awesome at what you do. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and we're very proud of you. For our part, we will continue to spread the word on the dangers of driving distracted, of driving without using your seatbelt, and of driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol. This is a wonderful day for the company, and we are so very, very proud of all of you. Now, let me introduce the true heroes here, and I'll ask Jim to come forward with his entire team and the support team. Thank you very, very much.
How's it going?
The major.
Yeah.
Major.
Yeah.
Hi. Good, how are you?
Well, as everybody can see, it takes a lot of people to get 400 miles across the state of Florida to get a message out there. But you know, one of the things that I've been saying as we've been doing our ride is, you know, there's bikes involved. We're riding bikes and we're supporting cyclists as we're going along. But really, the team, it's not really about the bike. It's about a community coming together. And this team is made up of a cross-section of the community, people from all walks of life, law enforcement, people who are firefighters, people that are parents, people that are victim survivors, people that are advocates for traffic safety, people just like you and me that just know that this is a very important issue and is one that we need to keep telling our communities that they need to keep on the front end of awareness, because the fact is too many people are dying and too many people are getting hurt on our roadways. And the overall message that we're trying to send is, people ask, well, why are you doing this? Why are you putting yourselves through this? The fact is, when you do a simple comparison and say that we're willing to put ourselves through a lot of pain and a lot of leg cramps, right?
Pickle juice.
Yep, which can be cured with pickle juice, I might add. We're putting ourselves through that, though. That's a hard thing. But an easy thing is reaching across and putting your seatbelt on. An easy thing is stopping for a stop sign. An easy thing is obeying the speed limit. An easy thing is making the smart choice not to drink and drive. An easy thing is making the smart choice not to text and drive. By comparison, that's easy. There's no reason why we all can't do that. If we can do this, then everyone else can make a simple, safe traffic safety choice. And that's our message. I don't want to stand up here and talk too much, because the real workers here, I want to have some folks speak on their behalf. And the first person that I want to introduce is our crew chief, Lieutenant Hank Jacob from the Florida State University Police Department.
I'll be very short. I'm thankful to be here. I'm glad that we made it. Every day we were all astounded by the superhero acts that these guys did, riding 100 miles, 8 hours straight through all kinds of terrain that even my vehicle had trouble getting up and down. Every time they came to a pit stop, they had a crew cheering for them to come in. But the biggest folks I want to thank are the ones that showed up silently, set everything up. There were no crowds cheering for them. But every time we stopped, they had everything the riders needed. They had it all set up. They were super efficient. They could set up and take down a stop that would make anybody envious of the spread faster than you can imagine. They took time from their work. They stepped away from their personal businesses and made no money in order to come and help this crew and help these riders for this cause of traffic safety. I'm just thankful for them.
The next person I wanted to introduce is my faithful friend who's been on this tour for his third time now. This is Dave Farrell. He was with the Tallahassee Police Department. He was our rider captain. So Dave.
Thank you. I've been with the Tallahassee Police Department now for 29 years, and in those 29 years I've had numerous opportunities to witness the carnage on the roadsides that have happened because of senseless tragedies that did not need to occur. And so many of them, all of them, have been easily prevented had those involved just slowed down a little bit, thought about what they were doing, did not drink and drive, buckled up. Second day into this ride, Jim Russell encouraged all the riders as we were riding to look and to notice the white crosses on the side of the road and the round signs that were memorializing those who had lost their lives in traffic crashes. And as we rode, we all took a look at those crosses and those those memorials, and each one of them has a story to tell, whether it was a DUI crash or a rollover, somebody lost control in the rain. Each one of them had a story to tell, and I often thought, you know, if those folks could come up out of the grave, what would they tell us? And I think a lot of what they would tell us would be the message that we're trying to extend on this tour, is to stop, think about what you're doing, slow down a little bit, buckle up, don't drink and drive, don't text and drive. And I think we can all take a lot from that. I would, again, to kind of go with what Hank Jacobs just said, I want to thank the crew. I want to thank the motor officers, Buck, Florida Highway Patrol. You guys are incredible. Could not have done it without you. All the local agencies that supported us and cleared those intersections along with us. The fire rescue crews that accompanied us, thank you very much. And to the riders, you guys did a heck of a job, and I appreciate it. I'm privileged and honored to be part of this once again. Thank you.
Now, representing South Florida, who also wins our Pain and Perseverance Award, is Maria Luisa Hoover.
Pickle juice. It's a privilege and an honor to be here, and I'm going to address the Spanish-speaking audience that may or may not be here. Mi nombre es María Luisa de Jesús Hoover, vengo de Miami. Ha sido un privilegio para mí, un honor tomar parte en este evento. Es un evento muy importante por el hecho de que tenemos que crear conciencia de lo que estamos haciendo nosotros en las carreteras. Hay demasiadas personas que están falleciendo por el hecho de que estamos tomando decisiones no muy prudentes. Estamos maquillándonos en los autos, estamos comiendo, estamos distraídos, estamos tomando el teléfono, estamos hablando con otros. Niños, 19, 20 años, tienen 4 o 5 chicos en el auto, están hablando, conversando, distraídos, no están pensando en lo que están haciendo, se olvidan que están en un auto, que tienen que tomar precaución, que en 5 segundos pueden matar a las personas en el auto y matar a las personas en las carreteras. Queremos crear conciencia, no tomen alcohol cuando están manejando. No hagan texting cuando están manejando. El texto puede esperar. 5 segundos se toma para hacer un texto. 5 segundos se toma para matar a alguien y vivir con eso por el resto de su vida. Antes de subir aquí, hablé con una persona, la señora de Rocafort, que su esposo fue atropellado en las calles montando su bicicleta. Y me dice, María Luisa, voy a orar por ustedes, pedirle a mi iglesia que oren por ustedes y por todos los que toman parte en esto, porque es muy importante que las personas tengan conciencia en lo que hacen en la calle. Y que cuando atropellen a alguien, paren, porque pueden salvar una vida. Piensen lo que hacen, salven una vida. Gracias.
I'm going to introduce the most special person in my life, and before I do that, I'm going to shut up and get down from here. As I want to thank the Dory Schlossberg Foundation. I want to thank GEICO for making this happen. I want to thank the Florida Department of Transportation. I want to especially thank the Florida Highway Patrol that was here by our side the entire time. I want to thank our motor officers from FSU PD who were on those bikes for mile after mile after mile. I want to thank the City of Tallahassee for having us. I want to thank them for their motor officers that brought us in. Thank you very much. And I want to thank Representative Schlossberg for his tireless fight to save people on the roads. And we're your ally, and thank you, sir. And now I want to introduce my biggest ally, my wife, Connie.
Thank you. Thank you. I actually met my husband, Jim Russell, when, after my son, my only child, Matthew, was killed by a drunk driver. He was a student here at FSU. He was a senior, a marine biology major. He had come home for Christmas break, and went scuba diving in West Palm Beach when a drunk driver crashed into his car. He was on life support for a week, and he died over Christmas week. I watched my child die, and I promise no parent ever wants to watch their child die. There's nothing worse. There's no pain more excruciating. I met Jim 3 weeks later at the Candlelight Vigil they held at FSU. He came representing the police department, and we started doing DUI work together. And the rest is history. We got married 2 years ago. I believe my son brought us together. But it's not the way you want to meet someone because you lost your child. My son died because of the selfish and criminal choice of a drunk driver, another 21-year-old that was on the road. Since then, I have dedicated my life to drunk driving and to DUI and to reckless choices, to texting and driving, to anything that makes another parent, another spouse, another sibling live without their somebody forever. It's all about choices, and that's what I try to make people aware of. One thing I want to just say is the week before Matthew was killed, a few days before Matthew was killed, he got his scuba diving certification for cave diving. And I asked him why he had to do it. His girlfriend asked him why he had to do it because it was so dangerous, and she was also a diver. And he said to his girlfriend, Lucy, you need to worry more, and this goes back to what I heard Representative Schlossberg say. He said, you need to worry more about me on the road with those crazy drivers than diving in caves and caverns. And a few days later, one of those crazy drivers crashed into the car that Matt was riding in, ultimately killing him. Those crazy drivers don't have to kill our kids. We can all do something about it. It's not acceptable. And it doesn't have to be. And so what these riders are out here doing, what these crew were out here doing, they were all stakeholders, and it was trying to make a difference. And we can all say, no, we're not going to make it okay. It's not the oops crime. It's not okay. And I do all this to make my son proud and to make it so that another parent doesn't have to stand up here and talk about their child and talk about their child who's up in heaven now and not here standing. I do that for Matthew. I do it for Dory. I do it for Dory too. And I do it so that you don't talk about your child. Thank you.
Broward County Schools sent up Matthew Schroeder, the Director of Driver Education, and he's going to introduce some of the students from Florida State University's AFIO fraternity who recently lost one of their brothers in a car crash.
Good afternoon. It's truly an honor to be here today, stand among these great people for such a great cause. You know, as you work in education, you hear so much about reading scores and low learning gains and school grades and FCAT. You'd think it was the most important thing. But in reality, what's the point? What's the point of educating our kids if we're not going to teach them to make smart decisions on the road and smart decisions behind the wheel? And that's why I love what I do, and that's why I believe in driver's education. I feel every kid in Florida should have to take it, and why we stand among these lawmakers who try to get these laws passed to support it. As an educator, I know what it's like to walk into a classroom on a Monday morning and see a desk that'll never be filled again, or a child that's not coming back. And it's awful. It's the worst thing, and it happens every year, every school. And a lot of times when this tragedy happens, the family, the loved ones, the teachers, they go through a grieving process, and then as time goes on and they begin to heal, oftentimes they come back to events like these and they speak to people, to anybody who will listen to them, just to raise awareness and hope that maybe, just maybe, somebody won't go through what they're going through. And right now I'm introducing to you from Florida State University on AFIO, speaking on behalf of the late Jordan Hathaway. Please help me welcome Hillary Richardson and Sarah Sweat.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Sweat. And my name is Hillary Richardson. We're here today to share with you the memory of our dear friend Jordan Hathaway. Jordan attended the Florida State University with us, and she was double majoring in psychology and editing, writing, and media. She enjoyed school and had a curiosity for the world. Jordan and I had the wonderful experience of studying abroad together in London last spring. We explored the city and were also able to venture to places like Paris, Wales, and the English countryside. Jordan, Hillary, and I were all three brothers of Alpha Phi Omega, a co-ed service fraternity on campus. Our organization shares a love and passion for helping our community and others in need. Jordan was no exception. She was a very kind and caring individual.
Jordan and I met freshman year through a mutual friend. Jordan was always up for an adventure. We once got lost taking the Star Metro to the mall, and she laughed the whole way while I panicked. Last summer, she was always someone I could count on to spread smiles, share a laugh with, and to lend a helping hand. Last summer, when she was driving back from Tampa back to Tallahassee for her senior year, she was involved in a one-car traffic accident. It was a stormy day and her car hydroplaned off the highway. She was in a heavily wooded area in a more desolate location. Her accident was not due to inattentive driving, speeding, texting, or unsafe practices. It was due to poor weather conditions, something out of her control. What we can learn from this incident is that we can never be too safe, too attentive, or too careful.
We urge you to focus when you are driving. Pay attention to those around you. Pay attention to the conditions and pay attention to the road. You have to be ready for anything. Bad things happen to good people who are doing the right things, and all we can do is our best is to prevent them. Thank you.
Please welcome from the Florida Department of Transportation, Brian Blanchard, the Secretary of Engineering.
Wow, after listening to those testimonies, it's obvious how important safety awareness is, and we're very thankful for you being here. And Representative Tara, we're very thankful for the foundation and the work that you do. And with events like Survive the Drive Bicycle Tour, they are raising awareness, and they are educating the public on important traffic safety issues. At the Florida Department of Transportation, safety is our #1 priority. It's written into our mission statement. We are committed to driving down fatalities towards 0 deaths. That's part of our vision statement as well. Florida has twice the national average in pedestrian fatalities. Pedestrian and bicyclists account for 22% of Florida's traffic fatalities. To reduce fatalities on Florida's roadways, our safety team has created a media awareness campaign called Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow. And during 2012, pedestrian and bicycle safety programs were assessed. Roundtable discussions were conducted statewide. Pedestrian and bicycle strategic safety plan was developed. Pedestrian and bicycle safety coalition formed, and the Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow campaign was created to increase awareness of pedestrian and bicycle safety in Florida. We also have a state strategic highway safety plan that was updated in 2012. It has 8 specific traffic crash categories, and those are aggressive driving, at-risk road users such as teen drivers and aging road users, distracted driving, impaired driving, intersection crashes, lane departure crashes, traffic data, and vulnerable road users. So it's really an interagency strategic plan, and we work with the Department of Education, Department of Health, Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, our own agency, and the Florida Highway Patrol. They have all partnered, as well as the federal government. So, in conclusion, by working together, combining FDOT and the Schlossberg Foundation's commitment to traffic safety, we can drive down fatalities on Florida roadways. So thank you for working with us, and thank you all for being here and helping to communicate the message. Thank you.
Now please welcome the man behind the escort for the entire bike ride from the Florida Highway Patrol, the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicle, Colonel David Brierton.
We'll try to beat the rain here. First, I want to congratulate the bicycle riders for their commitment, their dedication to traffic safety and accomplishing this 500-mile ride. It's quite an accomplishment in itself. On behalf of the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles and the Florida Highway Patrol, I want to thank Representative Schlossberg, Tara, and the Dory Schlossberg Foundation for inviting us to participate in this worthwhile cause. Yeah, of course, these types of events always raise awareness, and traffic safety is our primary mission on the patrol. And so we enjoy participating in these types of events. You know, our roadways are used by pedestrians, cyclists, motorcyclists, cars and trucks, and we think that it's very important to understand that we all share the roads and that we have to respect each other as they are utilizing the roads and driving on the roads. It's vital that we exercise defensive driving tactics and that we are aware of what's going on around us. The Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles and the Florida Harbor Patrol are committed to traffic safety, and we don't do this by ourselves. We do this in events like this through partnerships. So we all work together to make our roads safer, and again, thank you to the riders, and we appreciate being a part of this.
Thank you. Now please welcome from the City of Tallahassee, Commissioner Scott Maddox.
Thank you very much. What an important thing we do here today. Recently, Tallahassee lost one of its favorite sons, Price Thornall, traveling home from his first semester at college in Mississippi to come back to Tallahassee. Before that, we lost Brooks Rogers. We have lost young people for no reason. For no reason. And you know, you often hear about lifesavers. Someone will say, you know, so-and-so was a lifesaver to me. Well, to all the people that are here today, you are truly lifesavers. To Irv Schlossberg, you, sir, are a lifesaver. And I met this gentleman when he first ran for public office, and he wanted to make a difference, and he sure has. So what we do today through your efforts are to ensure that Dory and Matt and Brooks and Price and Jordan live on. They live on because through your efforts, we will make sure that no other young people will ever have to go through that. Again, that no parent will stand here where you can feel their anguish. So thank you for what you have done, and I hope that we never have to have another one of these again. Thank you.
Now we're jumping to Palm Beach County. Please welcome our state attorney from Palm Beach County, our hometown, Dave Ehrenberg.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you very much. I want to thank you all for being here today, to the members of law enforcement who risk their lives on a daily basis to keep us safe, to the riders, to everyone here today, but especially to Representative Irv Schlossberg, who took a horrific tragedy and turned it into something that saves lives every day. And I want to make a special mention of GEICO for their support for today. It is easy to save lives. Even a caveman can do it. So that's my GEICO reference. The Schlossberg family continues to serve public safety on a daily basis. It's not just Irv, but his daughter, Emily, Dory's sister, I'm proud to say is a new prosecutor in my office in Palm Beach County. Every day to save lives. Yeah. It's all about public safety for the Schlossbergs. And Connie, I can only imagine your anguish in going through what you went through. And I can tell you as a state attorney for Palm Beach County, our work is to make sure that what you went through doesn't happen again to other families. And the fact that you lost your son in a tragic accident in Palm Beach County makes it even more relevant for me and for Mike Edmondson from my office. And it makes us more determined than ever that we will bring justice to the families who have lost a loved one, and we will make sure that those who risk lives by driving drunk on our roadways are brought to justice. So I can only pledge to you that I will do my part. Everyone in our office will do our part. Now it's up to the state legislature to do its part by banning texting and driving once and for all in our state.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Yes. As a state senator, I supported the ban on texting and driving, and I was disappointed at watching that bill fail. But it is really exciting this year. It does look like this is the year that Florida finally joins other states in banning this dangerous practice, and through the leadership of Irv Schlossberg and for everyone here, we're going to make it happen. It shows you that the people really do rule our state in Tallahassee, and that's why we're going to make our streets the safest it could possibly be. I'm Dave Ehrenberg, and thank you for having me here today, Irv.